Morning everyone. Today we are going to see 12th standard physics lesson 2 current electricity class 4. Some idea of electric current, electromotive force, that means EMF. EMF having been already discussed in the before section. Now we shall discuss in this video heating effect of electric current, application of Joule's heating effect and thermoelectric effect. Also, the physical consequence of electric current living in an electrical device and interestingly in an electronic device. Now understand student, we are familiar with many practical application of electric current such as electric bulb, electroplating, electric fan and electric motor. So many electrical device we are used in our daily life. Say other example, air conditioner, that means AC, refrigerator, micro oven, water heater, iron box, all electrical device we are used. Are you clear children? Okay. Now in a source of EMF, a part of electric energy may go into useful work like in an electric motor or electric fan. The remaining part of the electrical energy is dissipated in the form of heat in the resistor. This is the heating effect of electric current. Now understand student, heating effect of electric current. When current flowing through the resistor, some of the electrical energy delivered to the resistor is converted into heat energy and it is dissipated. This heating effect of electric current is known as Joule's heating effect. I say simple concept. Electrical energy is converted to heat energy. Now listen. Take a resistance of the conductor. Now current, steady current flowing through the resistor. Some of the current doing work and some of the electrical energy is delivered to the resistor, is converted to heat energy. Heat energy is nothing but thermal energy and it is dissipated. This is called a heating effect of electric current. Are you clear children? Okay. Just here current produces thermal energy. This thermal energy may also be suitably used to produce an electromotive force. This is thermoelectric effect. Are you clear children? Okay. Then go to discuss Joule's law. Now taking same example, resistance of the conductor capital R, the current, steady current I, potential difference between the conductor V. Now the current flowing through the conductor across a potential difference V for a time small t. Now the total energy required in time t, energy is nothing but work done. Work done is equal to VIT. W is equal to VIT. And the remaining part of the energy, it produced heat energy. That is amount of heat. In the absence of any other external effect, this energy is spent in heating the conductor. So, steady current I, the amount of heat produced in time t is given by H is equal to VIT. Are you clear? Okay. For a resistor capital R, by using Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Now this equation substitute this relation. amount of heat, H is equal to VIT. Then H is equal to I square RT. This is called amount of heat energy, I square RT. And the other relation, H is equal to V square by R into T, by using Ohm's law. Are you clear, children? Okay. Now, the above relation H is equal to I square RT were experimentally verified by Joule's and are known as Joule's law of heating. By this equation, Joule's law implies that the heat produced is directly proportional to the square of the current for a given resistor. Heat produced is directly proportional to the resistance for a given current. Are you clear? And heat produced is directly proportional to the time, within the time, for a given electric current. So this is a very important relation. So student, now understand. Next topic, application of Joule's heating effect. Here given 4 application: electric heating device, fuse wire, electric bulb and a furnace. So first application, electric heater, is nothing but electric heating device, electric heater, electric iron and a toaster, or some of the appliances that work on the principle of heating effect of electric current. So student, electric heater, it is used to heating the water, iron used to iron your dress, and a toaster is nothing but a bread maker without gas or cooking process. So in this appliance, nichrome, which is an alloy of nickel and chromium, is used as the heating element for the following cases. High resistivity is nothing but it has high specific resistance. It has high melting point and it is not easily oxidation. Go to second application, electric fuses. Electric fuses are connected in series in a circuit to protect the electric device from the heat developed by the passage of excessive current. This is an electrical fuse. This also electrical fuse. This is a electronic fuse. And this one is a MCP. I tell you later. Now this come to this point. It is a short length of a wire made up of a low melting point material. So student, it melt and break the circuit if current exceed a certain value. It's nothing but we can take simple circuit. When high current passing through the circuit will be short circuiting. Is nothing but open circuit. So this material of wire corresponding fuse wire, corresponding lead and tin. So this wire melt and burn out when the current increasing above 5 ampere and 35 ampere respectively. The only disadvantages with the above fuse is that once fuse wire is burned due to excessive current, they need to be replaced. Nowadays, in house circuit breaker or tripper, we call it is MCP. MCP are also used instead of fuses. Whenever there is an excessive current produced due to faulty wire connection, the circuit breaker switch open downward direction. After repairing the faulty connection, we can close the circuit breaker switch in upward direction. Third application, electric furnace. It is used to manufacture a large number of technologically important materials such as steel, silicon carbide, quartz, gallium arsenide, etc. So student, these materials it is used to in the modern world. So steel it is used to construction work like that building work. And silicon carbide material, it is high stability material which produce car, clutch and brake. Quartz material, it is used in watch. And finally gallium arsenide. So gallium arsenide is nothing but semiconducting material which produce a electronic device. So student, to produce a temperature up to 1500 degrees Celsius, the molybdenum nichrome wire wound on a silica tube is used. So student, this is a one more question, and another one more question is very important. The carbon arc furnace produce a temperature up to 3000 degrees Celsius. The carbon arc furnace produce a temperatures up to 3000 degrees Celsius. Next, fourth application, electric lamp. Since the resistance of the filament in the bulb is high, the quantity of heat produced is also high. Therefore, the filament is heated to incandescent and emit a light. What is incandescent? The emission of visible light by a hot body. Are you clear? Tungsten with a high melting point that values 3380 degrees Celsius is used as the filament. The filament is usually enclosed in a glass bulb containing some inner gas at low pressure. In incandescent electric lamp, only 5% of electric energy is converted into light energy, and the remaining 95% of electric energy is wasted as heat energy. So student, electric lamp, electric arc and electric welding also work on the principle of heating effect of electric current. In some cases, such as transformers and dynamos, Joule's heating effect is undesirable. These devices are designed in such a way as to reduce the loss of energy due to heating. Listen student, now go to discuss about last topic in this lesson, thermoelectric effect. What is thermoelectric effect? Conservation of temperature difference into electric voltage and vice versa is called thermoelectric effect. Simply you understand, temperature difference is converted into electric voltage, or electric voltage is converted into temperature difference. That's all. This is called thermoelectric effect. Now understand student? Okay. Then this thermoelectric effect can be divided three effects. First one, Seebeck effect, Peltier effect, Thomson effect. Now go to first effect, Seebeck effect. Seebeck effect, in 1821, German physicist Thomas Johann Seebeck discovered that in a circuit consists of two dissimilar metals like iron and copper, an EMF is developed when the junction are maintained at two different temperature. One is hot junction, another one is cold junction. Are you clear? Okay. These two dissimilar metal connected to form two junction is called thermocouple. The EMF developed in the circuit is thermoelectric EMF. Now listen to it. The EMF is developed in the circuit. This is called thermoelectric EMF. The current through the circuit is called thermoelectric current. This effect is called thermoelectric effect or Seebeck effect. Understand, student? Okay. Now, if the two junction, one is hot junction and cold junction, are reversible, that is nothing but interchange. Now, two junction are interchanged. The direction of current also reverse. Hence, Seebeck effect is reversible process. In a copper and iron thermocouple, this is called a thermocouple. The direction of the current is from copper to iron. The direction of current from copper to iron at the odd junction. Are you clear, children? This is a Seebeck effect. And the magnitude of the EMF developed in the thermocouple depends on nature of the material forming the thermocouple and the temperature difference between the junctions. And next, talk with the application of Seebeck effect. First application, it is used in thermoelectric generator. It's nothing but Seebeck generator. These thermoelectric generators are used in power plant to convert waste heat energy into electricity energy. And second application, thermoelectric generator, automotive thermoelectric generator. This effect is utilized in automobiles as automotive thermoelectric generators for increasing fuel efficiency. And the third application is used in thermocouples and thermopiles to measure the temperature difference between the two junctions. Next, go to second effect, Peltier effect. In 1834, Peltier discovered that when an electric current is passed through the circuit of a thermocouple, it is evolved at one junction, it is absorbed at other junction. This is known as Peltier effect. Now listen, student, in the two dissimilar metal, copper and iron, this is nothing but thermocouple. The junction A and B are maintained at the same temperature. Let a current from a battery, this is a battery, flow through the circuit. This is nothing but thermocouple. At the junction A, where the current flow from copper to iron, heat is absorbed at the junction A, becomes cold. At the junction B, where the current flow from iron to copper, heat is liberated and it becomes hot when the direction of current is reversed. When the direction of current is reversed, at the junction A get heated, at the junction B get colder. Hence, the Peltier effect is a reversible process. Go to third effect. This one is last effect, Thomson effect. Thomson suggested that when a current flowing through the unequal heated conductors, heat energy is absorbed or evolved throughout the body of the metals. Now we can take two metal, copper and iron. Now listen to it. Thomson effect, it is stated that if 2 points in a conductor are at different temperatures, the density of electrons at these points will differ, and as a result, the potential difference is created between these 2 points. Now consider a copper bar AB heated in the middle at the point C, and current flow When no current is flowing through the copper rod, the point M and N equidistant from the point C are at the same temperature because no current flowing through the copper rod. When current is passed from A to B, now listen to it, the current is passed through the A to B, N, now here this is a N, middle point of B and C. Higher temperature compared to M. Similarly, B will show higher temperature as compared to A. It means from A to C, heat is absorbed. This is a heat is absorbed because the potential is high. This line are increasing potential. So heat is absorbed. And from C to B, heat is evolved because potential is decreases. That point is a decreasing point. C to B is evolved. This is known as positive Thomson effect. Now here heat is transferred due to current flow in the direction of current. Heat is transferred due to current flow in the direction of current I. So okay. For example, similar effect is observed in metals like silver, zinc and cadmium. This is an example of positive Thomson effect. Okay. Then in case of iron bar, when it is heated at the point C and current flowing from A to B. Now point M show higher temperature as compared to N. It means from A to C heat is evolved. This is a decreasing point. It is evolved, and from C to B heat is absorbed. This is negative Thomson effect. Negative Thomson effect here, heat is transferred due to current flow in the opposite direction. Opposite direction to the current I. So similar effect is observed in this case of platinum, nickel, cobalt and mercury. Are you clear, students? So student, today evaluation, state Joule's law of heating, what is Seebeck effect, what is Thomson effect, what is Peltier effect, and state application of Seebeck effect. Hope you understood, student. Kindly prepare and write the test. So today we have completed current electricity. Next we will go to discuss evaluation in this lesson.